That's all you're getting today. Bye-bye. Just kidding. What's up, creepers? Keekers Chris, the Retro Creep. How's everyone doing today? I almost said Atari Creep. What's up, everybody? I have a lot going on today, so I didn't really plan anything for today. I suppose I could just always put up my generic thumbnail playing Atari, but I don't know if I even feel like doing that. I'll be honest with you. Got a lot going on right now. We got we got the girls home for a school vacation, so I try not to be too intrusive to that. You know, I just asked them for like an hour. Give me an hour, not fighting or any of that fucking nonsense that you guys do. And on top of that, hold on, I gotta fix my fucking cup. I wouldn't call it OCD, because I'm not gonna be rude enough to fucking sit there and be like, oh, this is my OCD speaking. I fucking hate when people say that. If you really knew what OCD was, you know, most people, they just like things neat. It's got nothing to do with fucking OCD. Ignorant people. But, our heater's not working. And thank God today's kind of a nice warm 40 degrees. And we're on the second floor, so the heat from downstairs comes up. And we got plenty of sunlight coming in here. So, and I do have a large space heater that, of course, you have to be careful with. But the pilot won't stay lit, I mean. And so we have to replace the thermocouple. But it's gas lines and shit like that. I'm not going to fuck with it. But the problem is, it's an easy fix. It's quick and in and out kind of a situation. Our landlord had a stroke, and by all accounts can barely make words right now. So we can't do anything, because I don't know what the laws are like where you live, but here in Massachusetts, not a single repair guy will even walk through the door until he has a say in something, you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter. That was one of the ones that told me she wouldn't disturb me while I was streaming. She likes pressing buttons.
No, I was just wondering if you wanted some cookies. I'm baking cookies.
Are you using butter for that?
Takes one stick of butter, and I'm going to use the unsalted.
Oh, okay. You know what you can do? Put in a couple of pinches of salt in the dough.
Yeah, so
It'll help.
Yeah.
Don't put like a teaspoon or anything like that. Just a couple pinches. Yeah, I like chocolate chip cookies. Make them bigger ones, though. Like, make them like they're like this big. Instead of that one little scoop where they come out like this.
Oh, yeah, I'll use a tablespoon instead of a teaspoon.
Fatty ones, big ones, yeah.
Do you want thicker ones or thinner ones?
Thinner. I like them wide and thin because they're crispy and yummy and gooey.
I could make a tray of those.
How about you make a tray of a little bit of everything? Well, they wouldn't cook proper. It's up to you. You're the one making them, though. I can just tell you what my preferences are.
It makes...
I'll be grateful regardless.
How many does this should make? Damn.
It depends on how big you want to make them.
Oh, it's
We have a heart-shaped fucking stone there. You can make the whole fucking thing a heart-shaped. If you really, really wanted to.
I want multiple cookies, though.
Well, I'm not saying that you're going to.
Oh, is my veil lined up?
Yes, it is.
Can I show you?
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. You got to get in real close. You're not really going to be able to see it that well. But the details of the veil line up with her face. She looks like a fucking sugar skull. Oh, you can kind of see it.
Yeah, wait, let me do that again.
White girl sugar skull.
This is just what I do sometimes.
That's all right. I dig it.
Life is free. Let's have fun.
Fuck yeah. Been saying that their whole lives. They're so serious, these kids. But going back to what I was saying, the pilot light won't stay lit. It's a simple little repair. Might even just need cleaning. And I would do it, but it's like, it's not mine. I don't want to fuck with the gas lines. And to get to it's a pain in the ass. Most furnaces, it's usually right in the front with the control box. Our control box is on the outside of the furnace cabinet. And the actual thermocouple is underneath the four rails that the actual flames come out of, you know, the actual broiler part. I don't know what the fuck you call it. The furnace part. And it's attached to a cast iron manifold in the middle of all that with a space about this big that I can barely even get my lighter into with the long tip. Never mind these fucking Just ask your mom about these meat hooks. She knows all about them. That's why I had to go to court last week. No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't even funny. So we're dealing with that. Last night was pretty chilly, but you know what? Blankets. And I still don't. There's that picture you don't need. I don't like wearing pants or a shirt sleeping. I just go in my skivvies, my boxer briefs. I can't sleep with clothes on. I tried last night with the shorts, or at least pants, and socks on. But I said, no, I'll just put 2 or 3 blankets on me. I'd rather do that. And you know what ends up happening? The only part of me that stays under a blanket is like from here to about here. I just cuddle up my torso, and everything else just seems to take care of itself, I suppose. Or at least it's comforting, like a hug. What's up, Violation Entertainment? She's excited about something in there. Holy shit. I wish I had a way that multiple of us could play games on here. You know what? We could play Switch on this as a family. Unfortunately, tomorrow's a bad day for that. April vacation's coming up. One of these days, the 3 of us, the 2 young ladies and me, we're gonna play Mario Kart on the Switch. We just have to pull it out from under the TV and hook it up to this, and we'll be able to play. It'll be fun. I think they would enjoy that, but we can't do that today. Gah! I don't know what you're responding to. You're responding to the cool veil thing. She also had it on in a way. You know, I can show you the picture where it looked like there was a little spitter on her cheek. Let me go into my camera.
I have bad news.
I have bad news too.
The recipe needs 1 egg. We only have 1 egg.
Just use the 1 egg then.
Okay, cool.
That sounds serendipitous to me. I need 1 egg, and there's 1 egg in there. If I can get to it, man, do it. If you look, there's like a little bump over here by where my thumb is on her cheek. It looks like a spitter. I like spiders. Speaking of spiders, I won a small housing for a spider. One of those acrylic kind of cube looking fucking things that open from the front, I hope, because a lot of them will have it on the top, and that's where if you get like a jumping spider or something like that, it'll go to the top, and then every time you open up the cage to mist it or throw some crickets in there for them, you fuck up their home. So hopefully it'll be a front opening kind of a thing. And if you've been around for a while, you know, of course, I have a ball python. Reptile Haunt's going to be working on that. I finally got my silicon. We're going to do that after this. Finished a mold of pile of skulls. And I may even give one away over there. If you have a small reptile or whatever, follow Reptile Haunts on TikTok. And I may branch out to other social medias once I get started. And I want to build a website. So, but what I'm saying is I'm almost at 1,000 things. Actually, no, that's over at Creepy Crawl. I got to do a giveaway for Creepy Crawl. Fuck. I got so much going on, guys. I apologize. Hey, don't forget the Alzheimer's Association. Can I just throw more shit at you? All right, I see there's some activity. Let me put on my glasses. And it's going to be extra hard to read it because the sun is beating right on my fucking laptop, and I can't even see. What do we got here? We got Papa Brad's Gaming. Says, hello, Creep. Howard says, howdy, Creep. Howdy, chat. What's going on, guys? Thanks for popping in. No agenda today. I was just explaining that our heater's down, and I didn't get to the point that... And it makes sense, but you can go through the city, and I'm actually trying... You know what? I'll get that phone call while we're on fucking live right now. Watch. But my landlord's in the hospital, can barely even make sentences. He had a stroke, and no repair guy will touch it until... He won't even come in the house until the landlord is either present or has given him permission to work on the boiler. And it just needs a new or even cleaned up thermocouple. But I can't get to it, and I don't want to do it. I will if I have to, but I don't want to fuck with other people's equipment, because if I fuck it up, that's on me, right? I don't have money to replace a fucking boiling cabinet. So We haven't had heat for a couple of days because of that, but I got a space heater. It's nice and warm today. And it's a nice warm 40 degrees, although my little hockey puck said to me that we have a winter advisory for tonight into tomorrow, I think is what they said. Let's find out, shall we? Let's find out, shall we? I don't know where it's saying. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. About 3 in the morning, it's going to be a mixture of rain and sleet. And then by the commute, it's going to be full snow. And it looks like it's going to snow all fucking day tomorrow? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't have anywhere to put fucking snow. I don't know. It is what it is. But Lelanders 24/7. What's going on? Thanks for popping in. It was Tommy's birthday yesterday. Anyone hear how he's doing? I actually meant to mention that yesterday. He is doing well. I reached out and wished him a happy birthday. And he reached out back to me and sent me a funny meme. Actually, he sent me the meme a couple days ago. We like to make fun of a specific political ideation. In fun. I really don't have hatred for really much, except for fucking blatant stupidity. If you're blatantly stupid, I mean, if I show you this mouse and tell you this mouse is all black, and you try to sit there and argue with me about it, that's blatant stupidity. But as far as I know, they are doing well. In fact, I need to get back. Need to get back to him. He messaged me. I believe he said the words, "Thank you for your remembrance." I want to write back. What are you, fucking dead? It's your birthday. It's the day you came out the Owasu. Not the day you go into the fucking jacket, the wooden jacket. And there was talks of us getting together physically sometime, meaning in person, to, I don't know, hang out or something. I really want to jam with them. I know that question comes up all the time. Is he really playing? Is he really not playing? And I'm not going to get into any of that. But I would like to, I like jamming with people that I know are musicians. Not because I want to know how well they can play, because I don't care. I don't care. If you could just do this. I'll make something up with it. Or if you're an accomplished musician, I'll be the one that looks like an idiot in the background just going. You know? I would like to really jam with them. I have joked with them a few times. I'm like, let me get up there and play part of that Castlevania song with you. Video games live, but it's like his thing, and he's wicked proud of it, and he likes to be the center of it when he's on the stage anyway. So, I don't know. I still want to do it. I think he would have to call me the Atari Creep to do it. I don't think anyone would give a shit about someone called the Retro Creep coming out and playing. But I would absolutely love to, just once. Just jam with him on stage or something like that. I mean, he is an accomplished musician. Regardless if you agree with that statement or not. He is. he's made a number of ducats by making sounds and music, regardless if it was good or not. Good for him. But yeah, by all accounts, Leland, he's doing all right. That's my mouse. You have the same one? This actually was my mother's. Mine died, and I had a box of her stuff here. I actually took apart her laptop about a month ago to use her parts on stuff, Greevely's. And this was in there. Actually, no, that's a lie. Hers had a purple top to it. I may have lied to you. I think I was using that one and it died because it was comfortable. It was nice. Tommy, which Tommy? Tommy Two Tones. Yeah, that's the Tommy. The M510. Is that what the fucking model of this is? Oh my god, you're right. M510. What the fuck? That's fucking creepy violation. Now I'm starting to wonder. Are you going through my underwear drawer? That'd be weird. 'Cause I don't really have one. No, seriously though, because it's such a small apartment, I do have a dresser in the front hallway that we never use. It's more of a storage area than anything. And the little studio that I use when the weather's fine is in that little hallway area. In fact, the door is right there. Right there. That shiny thing. And my dresser is on the other side of the shelf. But it sucks going from the bedroom all the way around to the dresser. So we have a like a hope chest at the end of our bed. So I fold like the clothes for the week and I put them there, and then my socks and my undies are in another little pile. So I do have a dresser with an underwear drawer, but I usually hide presents there anyway. Usually hide presents there. They almost sounded like separate ways, worlds apart. Oh, yeah, maybe, huh? I played Terminator for the Sega CD, and Tommy did an amazing job on that. The soundtrack on that game is fucking awesome. It's like uplifting. It's fucking crazy. I didn't expect that for a Toyminator game, but, you know, Toyminator games can be uplifting too, I guess. God, we need to do an update on my Terminator collection. I need to fix the endo skull. I need to put a new switch on it because the eyes won't light up anymore. For anyone who hasn't been around for a while, I love the Terminator, the first movie. I like the second movie, and I kind of can find things in all the other ones, every single one of them, that I like. But when Arnold Schwarzenegger became the good guy, I kind of felt like it lost its initial charm, and I totally get the love for T2. I totally do. It was a summer blockbuster. It came out at the right time, and it fucking blew everyone's balls away. But I was expecting to go in there seeing Terminator, and what I got was just your generic fucking summertime big ticket item that was of the time, you know, which was a fantastic movie. Don't get me wrong, I could watch it all day long. But I have a 1-to-1 endo skull that we built here on the channel over the course of 3 fucking years. You can look for that. I actually have a whole Terminator playlist. I'm building an army of the 1991 Kenner T800 figures. Actually, I just made a custom Terminator Motu figure. Hold on. After you, I insist. Oh no, where is it?
Somebody cleaned one of the mixing tools from my mixer.
That's awesome.
And didn't put it back.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't know where it is.
Oh, well, we'll figure it out when we figure it out. Where is it? All right, guys, I'm leaving for a minute. I'll be right back. Bye. I'm not doing anything until you see this fucking figure.
You're doing great.
Okay, well, I don't fucking know where it went, and I'm mad about that because I needed it for a TikTok today. Well, fuck me running. All right, well, I guess you don't get to see it. I made a He-Man T800 out of one of those figures, the endoskeleton figures from 1988 or 91. But, oh, fuck, why were we even talking about this? Oh, the game Terminator, yeah. Fantastic soundtrack to that game. Let's see, Leland says, I played a Terminator for a second. Okay, we already did that. Megatron! From the G4 TV days. Terminator Sega CD. Nice. Absolutely. Fucking love that game. Good mouse. It is a good fucking mouse, huh? It's a good mouse. It's a good mouse. How many Italians does it take to change the battery on a mouse? This is the same as the light bulb. If you were here for that one, you should know the answer. The joke was, how many Italians does it take to screw in a light bulb? Everyone's saying hi to each other in Television Gamer. Hey, so I was in Chuck's stream last night, Casey, for the majority of the beginning of it. And it's funny. He stopped and paused, and he was like Retro Creep, also known as. And then he paused and stopped and said, "You know what? That's an Intellivision Gamer thing. I'm gonna let it go." The whole doing, also known as or formerly known as the Atari Creep. I actually put up a little short yesterday asking people for their, you know what, we should look at that and see what we got so far. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull that up. I haven't really even looked at it. I have. And as usual, it looks like people didn't actually listen to the whole video. Because they were asking about things I literally mentioned. Let me pull it up. I was exhaling a little bit of the green stuff, the sticky, icky green. All right, let me tell the computer that you want to see what I'm talking about here. This is all we want right here. Some pretty good suggestions in here. Some really good suggestions. Like, I'm getting things that I didn't think I would. Okay, I don't have the chat available to me. So let me do it on my phone. Intellivision Gamer says, working and lurking. I'm going to use that from now on. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Megatron says, Creep, Tommy Tallarico is one who did the soundtrack for the Terminator CD games. I know this. Oh, I know this. He was from G4 TV. I don't know what that is. I think I've seen it, though. That was a Canadian show, wasn't it? I believe he did Electronic Playground for Victor Lucas. Okay, that's cool. And Video Games Live. Yeah, I've been to Video Games Live. In fact, they did it here in Boston at the Symphony Hall. Very, very, very prestigious place. And my girlfriend, or fiance, who's a lot more proper than I will ever be, or at least she tries to be anyhow, looks down upon me sometimes because of the of me, and she grew up posh, She doesn't think she came from money, but believe me, she came from money. And I looked at her at the end of that show and I said, did you ever think of all the dudes you've ever dated, or she's been married once and he's deceased, that it would be me of all people, that would get you backstage at Symphony Hall? And she just looked at me and said, you know what, that makes a lot, yeah. I never looked at it that way. So, got to hang out with, got pictures here. Got to hang out with all the crew. The whole crew and nothing but the crew, so help me God. We got Bacon Ice Cream Productions here. We got Saggy Melons here. And we got Mike Mullis and his child. Oh, I can't see if you guys can see that. Hold on, let me change the screen. Right? That's me, my lady, Mike Mullis, Tommy, Bacon Ice Cream in the back corner behind my head, poking up. There's a $25,000 guitar that I almost ran away with. Who's going to beat me up in that crowd? I'm just kidding. That's him and his Fender acoustic electric kind of thing going on there. I hated those. And that's me and my side chick. I hope that gets back to Tommy. It's me and my boy Bacon. Ironically, he ended up sitting behind us. We bought our own tickets. Somehow he ended up behind us. And there's my backstage pass and all that jazz. And here's just one of me in a hoodie with Elvis glasses on. So there you go. But yeah, no, I've done the Video Games Live thing. And you know what sucks about the Video Games Live? Sorry, I called it Electric Playground Network, EPN. I wouldn't have known either way. Is I don't even know half the fucking songs. I mean, I knew some of the games. And I recognized probably a third of the music. But the rest of it was all... Everyone's like, yes! And I'm like, this is some pretty good music. All right, back to this. Since I don't have an agenda today, let me put the chat in front of me here. Oh, man. As a matter of fact, if you guys watch any of my videos. Usually at the end when I do the whole, the subscribe and the suggested videos and everything, that was taken at the very end. I mean, it's obvious where it says the end, and I just have the camera up. I literally filmed for exactly as long as that little thing lasts. All right, so I just call this guy Ark. I just call him Ark. And Ark's been around for a long time. We used to argue back and forth. We've gotten pretty heated a few times during the Amico days, but really fun cat, really good people. It says Ghostbusters, all 4 of the characters with Slimer and Ecto-1. Now that's not really a play set. I was kind of hoping when I saw this in my thing that it was going to be the Firehouse, or even one of my dream play sets is the one for the Ghostbusters, not the real Ghostbusters, the one with the monkey. They had this thing, it was like a haunted house / command center. I don't know much about the cartoon, I didn't really watch it, but I just know that play set is in some of my top, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to that video next week, when we actually talk about play sets. Oh, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? I apologize. Okay, you are, thank God. Because I like to collect toys that are based off of haunted houses. The haunted house is one of my favorite images of all time. Just saying the word makes me feel good. All the way down to the very first little toy haunted house I ever had, to the punched out cardboard window things I would put on Halloween, to my Weebles haunted house that's right over there on top of Alucard's tank, to all these toys I have. I even have my Wayne Manor play set here that looks like a haunted mansion. And that's why I bought it, because I saw somebody displaying their Remco mini monsters with that thing. I didn't know what it was. So I messaged him. I'm like, what is that fucking play set? And he told me. I'm like, that's why. I didn't collect DC or Marvel toys. So, but I would like that. And that one's absolutely going on the list. So I will absolutely put some Ghostbuster stuff in there, but again, it was about play sets and not the action figures themselves. Bears fan just said, yo. Cool. Thank you, brother. No, I'm just kidding. Mine was a classic space Lego, and you know what? I wouldn't have thought to put Lego sets in here. I would not have thought of it, and that's why I did the little fucking reel here, the thing with me talking. Richie Skull says the TMC sewer playset in the Technodrome wasn't into Turtles toys. That's perfect. And that's why I did this, because I would never have fucking thought of that. Not in a million years. Megantron says, I don't know if this counts, but Transformer Love, I had both the how do you say that? The Triticon? Oh, Tripticon. And the Metroplex. I'll have to look at those, but I'm pretty sure that they would be considered play sets. And when I say play set, I mean anything that you could use with your action figures. Not including vehicles, unless the vehicles are a certain size and have what they call a toyetic playable property. Like the Millennium Falcon. That's a perfect example of a vehicle that's more a play set than an actual vehicle. Because let's face it, you ran around a little bit holding on to the landing gear. We're the Falcon. Oh no, asteroids. Oh God, here comes the Empire, you know. But more times than not, it was perched. You had your figures and you had battles outside, and it was always on the ground, or, you know. I would consider stuff like that play sets too. But Star Wars also had a lot of like lumps of plastic with cardboard behind it. I would consider that a play set. I have a lot of, and I had mentioned this in my video, little Army men style figures, Cowboys and Indians, space, and all they came with was a vinyl mat. I consider that a play set. So if you're listening now and you've been wanting to put something up there and you don't think it counts, well, first of all, put it up anyway. What harm is it going to do? I'm either going to use the suggestion or not. No one's going to make fucking fun of you. In fact, I'm going to put a heart on every one of these. Every one of these in real time. So Megantron, I'm pretty sure, I'm actually saying it proper now, that either one of those will probably be good enough. If not, I will find something that was Transformers that was, I would consider a playset. Absolutely. Oh, hold on. I did the music for, Toe Jam and Earl and Earthworm Jim. Yep. I didn't know about the Toe Jam and Earl. He is a great musician. I mean, minus the obvious scale issue with the Transformers. Yeah, I know. Transformers can be a tough one because the scale of those are considered, what, 1/12 scale? They're not 1/6. They're about half of that, so it'd be like 1/12 scale. The Fortress Maximus, Violation says. That's one I wish I had. I can't see because there's a heart there. Oh, Violation. Okay, you guys are talking amongst each other. All right, let's continue on. Let's see. We have Blocky Dad 80. I don't think I've seen them around for a little while. Thanks for popping in. Well, I'm not looking at the chat. You know what I mean. I'm not sure if this counts as a set, but plenty of the Kenny Star Wars story. We were just talking about that. Parents, beyond that, I was deprived of cool stuff. You know what? That's okay though, because we had backyards and we had front bushes and we had basement. One of my basements growing up, there was a giant rock in the center of my basement. It just happened to have a couple of flat spots that went down. It was almost built to play on. And what was cool is the stairs went down the middle of it and there was a wall there. And the basement was like a horseshoe. So I had one side that had this really cool, like, drivable terrain, and the other side was real rocky and stuff for, like, my stompers and, action figures and stuff. So just because you don't have a physical place, that doesn't mean that you can't make it, I mean, I make my own toys to this day. I wish more people would do that. I don't have this. It doesn't exist, or I don't have the money for it. I'm going to make it fucking happen. Even if it's just a piece of cardboard, and you write the word playset on it, and put a door, maybe a window. And then you grab a couple of rocks and you put that down in front of it. And then maybe the Dollar Tree has a couple of, like, those little pallets that you can buy. You gunk them up a little bit of thing and put those. There's so many ways that you can create your own toys and your own play sets. And here I am, 51 years old next month. I'm still making toys and I'm still fucking playing with them. If you follow me on TikTok, I won't go to Twitter. On TikTok, you'll see that. I'm making little stories with my action figures now. So, oh, I know where the T800 is. Or the He T800. He's inside of here because he's part of that story. Lex Luthor is trying to convince Darth Voorhees here to create an army of. I can't release him from the confines, but he's inside. Here, let me do this again. I feel like a little kid telling you a story of a fucking cartoon that he likes. But here's like where Batman would turn into the bat suit, That's where the bat suit would be. He's in there. He was in there for the big reveal. The big reveal. And I have Darth Voorhees in my skibbity toilet teaming up to betray both Lex Luthor, and there was one other character, I can't remember who else I put in there. Oh, the Count is going to be the financial guy. He's going to be the financial guy to help build this army of those guys. But they're not going to be all He-Man. They're just going to be my regular Kenner. All right, getting back to what we're talking about. Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice. Let's see. Continue on. I was deprived of the cool stuff, but I had for old-timey cowboys and Indians. Yep. Bullshit. And Lincoln Logs. Absolutely Lincoln Logs. I have my girlfriend's childhood Lincoln Logs in the other room. Love Lincoln Logs. So I will absolutely. Blocky Dad 80. There you go, buddy. You got a heart. Well, everyone's going to get a heart. 3 words. Super Van City. No idea what will come up if I put that in a Google. Let's Google it. Let's Google the Google. Oh, Micro Machines. Again, a toy line I never really got into. I would never fucking thought of that. Absolutely. Devin Paul, 9026. Let's see. Craig's over here says 2. The 62 Mark Space Ranger. Yes, that's what I'm talking about right there. And the 64 Fireball XL5. Ooh, let's look that up. That sounds amazing. That sounds wicked good. Oh, that's cool. It's like a rocket ship. All right. All right. I dig. I know you guys can't see it. I apologize. I'll just stay on the screen. Let's give that a like. Absolutely. I had Hot Wheels playsets. I have one Hot Wheels playset that's a haunted house, and there's a Matchbox one for sale the town over for $10 with the car that it came with. And I'm gonna sneak that one into the collection here probably pretty damn soon, because I'm actually filtering out a lot of stuff. Check out my Etsy shop, games and toys and stuff like that. But I'm going to keep a very core thing. I'm keeping all my haunted house stuff for when we move and I have room to display it. I'm literally going to make one wall just haunted house stuff. I'm going to put shelves all the way to the floor. I can't wait. I can't wait. I had a channel called the Haunted House Play Set that we were going to build our own haunted house play set out of one of those big Fisher Price ones. And I was starting to show some of my haunted house style toys, monster toys. But I got locked out of the account. I don't even know how it happened. I didn't respond to any weird emails or anything. And I don't think I had 50 subscribers at the time. So I don't know. All right, so Dan over here says I had the Hot Wheels play set that I loved. Best part of it was folding it up, and it had a handle. Yeah, man, so is in the haunted house one. I could throw a couple of cars in my pocket. Never left home without my Batman. Yes, the Batmobile is probably one of the greatest objects on the planet. The original Batmobile, love it. I had one that was like maybe 7 or 8 inches when I was a kid. Ooh. Wonderful toy. Wonderful toy. Thanks for asking. I haven't thought about that for years. I hope you come back, Dan, for the fucking stream next Tuesday. I'm going to plan for Tuesday. So we're going to do this. Oh, there's a reply. Alex says, hell yeah. That was mine too. That I loved. Best part was, but which one was it? I had A. Let's respond. Let's respond. Can you pin down what exact one? That's not even good English. Lincoln Logs are awesome. Absolutely, Megan. That's one I wish I had, Voltron. Violation. You guys are already talking. Creep. Are you making a robot chicken type flick with the Darth Voorhees? You know what? If you guys are nice to me for the rest of the stream, I will play both of those videos on my phone in front of this camera so you can see what's going on. The first one was me on the porch just being a goof. And then people were like, I want more of this. So I actually continued it into a part 2. What I want to do is I want to make a playlist of just this one story. But I can't find the ability to do that. I know you're allowed to do it on TikTok. Some places say you have to have so many thousands of subscribers. I've seen the option. Maybe I passed it up and they were like, fuck you, you can't do it anymore. But Soul 6, I haven't seen them around for a while. Thank you if you watch this. Kenner Millennium Falcon. Yes, it counts 100%. In fact, I even said that in this video. Second is the Kenner Imperial Attack Base. Yes. Which was originally referred to be the Rebel Hoth Trenches. Yep, I remember. Which is how I used it. Most of us did. So there you go. That is that. And we have a list. We have a list now to start off with. And I love it. I love the interaction. That's the whole reason I fucking do this. That's the whole reason I do this. Alan popped in. He's saying hi. All right. Well, since you guys are rad, let me go into my ticker talks. I gotta close out the video because I gotta turn the volume up. Let me go into my account. Now, I do have 2 TikToks. I have Amelia Macabre, and I have another one for Reptile Haunts. You'll recognize it. It's this exact logo. I only have, 658 followers on Amelia Macabre plus 9. Why don't they just give you the full number? What the fuck? I don't care if they're new or not. They're fun. They're friends. All right, let me find part 1 for you. Here's part one. What the fuck happened to it? Oh my god. There's Bruce Tree. There's my Yeti. Oh man. Oh man. Where'd it go? Is this it here? Nope. That was my Friday the 13th post. It better not have gotten fucking taken down. Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Sorry, my fucking hip is killing me today. Give me a second. I'll find it. Here's all the snow. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand. All right, well, I'll show you part two then. No, I'm looking for part one. This is bullshit. You guys have to stare at me looking at a phone. This is how we do it here at the Retro Creep, okay? When I lost the Atari Creep moniker...
I can't believe...
Oh, here it is, Durr. Okay, let me pause it. All right, here we go. You ready?
What the fuck is this?
It looks like a fucking egg.
Yes, I know. It's a fucking egg, you meathead. What is inside the egg is my concern.
Well, you gotta break a few eggs and make a fucking omelet. Open it up and find out.
Suspenseful.
It's me, the greatest criminal mind of all time. Lex fucking Luthor.
Dumb indeed, Darth Voorhees. Dumb indeed. So part two. I believe is this one.
Okay, Lex Luthor. Greatest criminal mind on the planet. Why have you brought us here?
Yes, this better be good.
Have I not told you I am the greatest criminal mind of all history? You better rest that little toilet of yours, my friend. Just peek at the door.
It's my greatest creation of all time. The Mechanator. And with an army of these, your toiletness, we can rule everything.
But I already have what I want.
I want to hear him out. This is getting interesting. I just need one thing to deliver.
Here it comes.
Let me guess. You need money. Well, I know just who to go to.
I can't believe you have us dealing with this prick again.
But he will give us what we need. And then we will betray both of them.
Very well. You call him out. Alas, who dare disturb my slumber? Not once, but twice.
That's it. That's all I got so far. So when I tell you fucks I play with my toys still, I fucking mean I play with my toys still, and I give zero shits about anyone's opinion on it. Fuck them. I make it as the toys, I play with the toys, and then I sell the toys. That's how it works in my world. Sucks. I guess I could consider them Robot Chicken, but I'm not using like actual... I guess I am using actual characters. Like the Count is still going to be the Count. He's going to be the money man. Lex Luthor is still Lex Luthor from Superman, the movie. Anyway, Gene Hackman. One person's like, why does he sound like fucking Cagney? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to do voices. I mean, Darth Voorhees, he sounds like, you know. But then I have the Toilet Man. So I can do a couple of voices, but it all sounds like me. As a matter of fact, we were talking about Tommy earlier. He was trying to get me, well, he hinted towards it, doing voiceover work. And I'm just like, I don't know. If I have to read something, I can't sound authentic. And that's why I don't take a lot of sponsorships. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten an email for like a random product anyway. Like one of them was like a STEM product. They were like little robot things or something. I was like, fuck yeah. I'll do that in a heartbeat. I love that shit. Plus, I'm building a full-size droid when I get off my ass and do it. I have most of the stuff to at least make it move now. And I agreed to it. And then they sent me this fucking thing saying we have to approve the video. And this is what you have to say. And so they were asking me to make more of a commercial, which I'm not ignorant to. I figured that much out for a lot of these things. But it wasn't so much me opening up and being like, guys, look at this. This is pretty cool. Check this out. It was literally me going, hi, this is the company, and they make these products. Look at how they do it. My family's enjoying it. You should buy them too. There's an affiliate link in the thing, and I would have gotten a few bucks for it. I think it was like $1,200 or something like that. It was crazy. For like a 60-second fucking video. Or I should say 5-minute video at least, I think. I don't know. The reason I said 60 seconds is because I recently talked to somebody about just doing like this video sponsored by, and doing a little 60-second clip and then moving on with the fucking video. So that's still stuck in my head. But, alas, I choose not to do them because they want me to say certain things. And once they start dictating what I'm going to say, I don't care what the money is. So fuck off. Now, if you have a product and you want me to talk about it, and there are certain points that you want me to bring up, like features you're proud of, or ones that you think would sell the product better, by all means, I'll do that. But I'm not reading a cocksucking fucking script. It's not going to happen. It'll never come out like authentic. It won't sound like me. It'll sound like me being that guy on the fucking infomercial. So I would have liked to have really had those robots. They were pretty fucking cool. And they were more educational for younger people. But you just watched me, play with my toys on fucking TikTok. So it is what it is. So I am probably going to cut off early because 1, I didn't have any agenda today. 2, I gotta really use the bathroom. And 3, it's school vacation. I don't want these kids to feel like they're locked down, even for like 1 hour. I mean, I asked them just not to be loud, not to fight, not to play anything in the background that could be copyright struck. So they're allowed to do their thing. I mean, Alex was on earlier, right? Anyone in the chat can tell me what that song is and you live in the United States, I'll give you a free set of thumb buddies. But you got to do it while I'm still on, and I'm about to sign off. So my belly is rumbling, and I really do. I got to go to the restroom. What do you want? Let me sign out, please. I don't want distraction.
I them.
All right, say hi to them real quick. You already said fucking hi.
I know. Hi.
Hi. You know what she reminds me of?
What's up, dude?
There's a character in Something Wicked This Way Comes. We were talking about that movie last week. She reminds me of that character dressed up like this. And that lady did have like spider webs on her face at one point, like like projected on there. It looked like her skin was turning into spider webs. Not literally, but it was more of an optic, if you will. All right, let me sign off.
Alright.
All right, thanks for patting me.
Can I have your hat?
No. I gave you guys a scally
I
cap.
have it still.
Then wear that one. That one's cool.
It won't fit over my veil.
Well,
Well, it will. It'll just look
I was going to say it will. I put my scally cap on top of fucking masks and shit all the time for this fucking channel. For this fucking channel of mine that I've had for 14, 13 years. But either way, guys, let me get to this. We got Tin okay, I'm just going to say Tin Play. Says, hello! Thank you, man. And then a bunch of stuff I don't know how to read. I apologize. Is there a translation button here? Put user in timeout. What the fuck? Report pin message. Go to channel. Okay. I don't know what you're saying there, kid, so my apologies, I guess. Have a wonderful evening, Creep. Yeah, you too, Howard. Me and the missus might do those Legos tonight. We were supposed to last night. Did I just put an S at the end of the word Lego? Oh, no. I'm going to die. They're going to come for me. The Swedish are going to come for me. The Swedes. Thank you for the cinematics. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And the answer to that song there was from a band called Wargasm, Wargasm. They're a local thrash band. An album came out like in '88 called Why Play Around. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I fucking love that group. And I was at their farewell show at this place called the Venus de Milo, Bill's Bar. And their third album was completely mixed and ready to go, but they chose not to release it because, you know, alternative, Nirvana, and all that fucking stuff was showing up, and people gave less shit about heavy metal and thrash. So they're like, you know what, we're just going to call it good. We had a great run across the planet. They did pretty well for themselves. Obviously, they're not fucking top tier, but I highly suggest you finding Wargasm, Why Play Around. Fantastic album from beginning to end. Really good shit. And they were fun live. 3-piece. Bassist, singer, a guitar player, and a drummer. Simple, heavy. I got to fucking fuck people up in the pit while watching them at the Paradise or at the Channel, which the Channel is long gone, man. I'll leave you with this. Metallica played the Channel during the Kill 'Em All days, and their gear got stolen. You always hear about how James Hetfield lost his head that he recorded with and all that shit and a couple of guitars. That happened in Boston at the Channel. And then because of Lars's immigration status, he almost got fucking deported. Yay, Boston. Now we're a blue state and a sanctuary state. So, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, I apologize that we didn't have any agenda, but I think we accomplished a few things today. I had a really fun time, actually. But as it were, I need to figure out this heating situation. And the kids want their house back. And next week we'll be back to normal. Tomorrow is iffy if I will be on. There's a few appointments going on. If I am, it might be early or it might be later than normal. We got Alex, who you just met a few minutes ago, going one place. I'm taking the other one to another place. We even have to get a rental car to do this shit because we only have the one. And that's it. So, guys, wherever in the world you are, I genuinely hope you're doing well. And until next time, take care. Creep it real.